Hello and welcome to the analysis of the Hindu newspaper dated January 1st, 2023. In this video, we are going to talk about two important newspaper articles. These articles are going to be very important, very significant for the civil services examination. So do watch this video till the end and let's now start with the first important newspaper article. Now this particular newspaper article talks about the coexistence of the shrimp farms and the mangroves in the Sundarbans. This kind of article becomes very important for the GS paper 3, right? That is environmental pollution and degradation, sustainable development, right? So let's understand the context of this particular newspaper article and then we are going to talk about the benefits of this kind of approach. So there's an initiative of sustainable shrimp cultivation which provides hope for the mangrove restoration in the Sundarbans. Now this particular initiative has been named as SAIME. We are going to talk about it. But before that we need to understand that for several years environmentalists and experts have expressed concern over the unsustainable aquaculture, particularly shrimp cultivation, after cleaning large tracts of mangrove forest in the Sundarbans. So earlier what used to happen is that people used to clear the mangrove forest in order to go for the shrimp collection. Now the people have realized that the clearing of the mangroves is not serving their purpose. It is leading to some kind of diseases, and that is why they have come up with the approach or the initiative which is known as sustainable aquaculture in mangrove ecosystem. Now under this initiative, which is known as SAM, farmers have taken up cultivation of shrimp on 20 hectares at Chaital in West Bengal, North 24 Parganas, and 10 hectares at Madhapur in adjoining South 24 Parganas. But this cultivation is leading to the restorations of mangroves as well. And how it is happening? Because farmers are doing what? They are planting the mangroves in the sides of the shrimp cultivation. For example, if this is the shrimp farm, then mangroves are planted on the sides of this particular parameter of the shrimp farm, right? This is leading to what? This is leading to the restoration of the mangroves. Now it has many benefits. First, the first kind of benefit is that it is leading to the mangrove restoration. It is leading to biodiversity conservation. It is leading to ecosystem services. It is also leading to protection from the natural calamities through bioshield formation. And this particular shrimp farm is also protected from all the kind of natural calamities because it is surrounded by the mangroves, right? And the second thing is that it is leading to integrated mangrove aquaculture, right? So brackish water polyculture is happening, that is organic shrimps are getting produced. Now organic shrimps have more value than the inorganic shrimps, which are just made by the which are just fed by the all kind of unnatural things, all kind of artificial things. Now this also leads to integrated mangrove aquaculture, also leads to ecosystem management. It is also leading to disease resistance as well, and apart from it, it has benefits for the community as well. It is leading to both more economic benefits. It is leading to socio-ecological stability. It is also leading to climate change adaptation at the same time. But what's more important, it is also leading to black carbon sequestration because mangroves are being restored. This is leading to them absorbing the more carbons. This is leading to climate regulation. It is also leading to climate change mitigation. It is also leading to environmental benefits as well, right? So these are some of the benefits of the SAM, that is sustainable aquaculture in mangrove ecosystem. Now what are the benefits of SAM for the community? First thing first, the cost of the feed which will also be reduced. And how it is reduced? Because the shrimps and fishes eat phytoplanktons and the zooplanktons. Shrimps and fishes eat phytoplankton and zooplanktons. Now zooplanktons and phytoplanktons are formed, or they rely on the decomposed leaves, that is food from them. And this is leading to the reduction in the cost of the feed because people have not to spend, or the communities do not have to spend on the cost of the feed. It is produced naturally through the decomposed leaves, right? Now the second benefit is that the roots of the mangroves will provide a natural nursery for the juveniles, and moreover the root system will anchor the embankments and will improve their sturdiness, right? We have already talked about it in the parameters of of these particular farms, mangroves are going to be there. This is leading to more sturdiness, or it will anchor the embankments, right? And this will also reduce the huge cost of land shaping which the farmers have to bear before the culture season every year, right? So these are the benefits for the community. And apart from it, there is a huge demand for organic shrimps and fish in the European markets and other parts of the world. This will lead to the increase in the income of the communities, right? So these are some of the benefits of SAM for the community, but there are many problems in this particular market of the shrimps as well. Now, yet the farmers of the Sundarbans remain deprived from the profits, as there is a huge involvement of the middlemen, that is the aadaddars. Now, these farmers need instant cash. Instant cash is available with the aadaddars who sell their produce further in the city markets, right? But there is also an approach which is known as structured community governed value chain. If the communities are themselves responsible for their own value chain, this will reduce the involvement of these middlemen, and the farmers can get better amount, or they can get better income, right? So now we conclude from this particular article that community driven projects are way more successful than the ones enforced upon them. They also instill a sense of responsibility in them, because the mangroves are benefiting the shrimp cultivation or the shrimp farming. So the communities are going to be more wary of the fact that they need to restore the mangroves. So this has instilled a lot of responsibility on them. This is what we conclude from this particular newspaper article. Now let's head to the next important newspaper article. Now this particular newspaper article talks about the fact that Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana is discontinued, and how there are some of the changes in the NFSA, that is National Food Security Act. And this particular newspaper article becomes important for the GS paper 2, that is government policies and interventions for the development in various sectors and issues arising out of their design and implementation. First, let's understand the context of this newspaper article, and then we will understand the impact on the food subsidy bill. We are also going to get the impact on the food grain stocks as well. All right. So this particular newspaper article talks about the fact that there was a cabinet decision on December 23, and the center decided to provide 5 kg of free food grains per month for 81 crore beneficiaries of the National Food Security Act during the 2023. Now earlier the government used to charge 3 rupees per kg for the rice, 2 rupees per kg for the wheat, and 1 rupees per kg of the coarse cereal. Now all in all 35 kgs of the food grains were provided to the beneficiaries in this particular order, that is rupees 3 per kg of rice, 2 rupees per kg of wheat, and 1 rupees per kg of the coarse cereal. Now it is going to be provided absolutely free of cost for 2023. Now this is happening to soften the blow of the termination of the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Now Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana is discontinued, and in the pandemic it used to provide 5 kg of free grains per month per person to the NFSA beneficiaries, right? Remember, 5 kg per person of food grains every particular month, and this is provided in addition, and this was provided in addition to the food grains provided under the NFSA. Now this is happening under the NFSA. Now you are going to get free food grains, and at the same time Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, in which you used to get free food grains, now this is discontinued, right? So now let's understand the impact it has on the food subsidy bill. So in a normal year without COVID disruptions, the center's food subsidy bill account of the NFSA amounted to around rupees 2 lakh crore. Now Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana effectively doubled the sum for the past 2 years, that is 4 lakh crores was borne by the government. Now that the center plans to give free food grains under the NFSA for a year, it will spend an additional 15,000 crore to 16,000 crore on that. Now this is in addition to what? 2 lakh crore. Now 2 lakh crore which was spent in Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, then that particular amount is going to be saved. This is a win-win situation for the government. So overall, the move will relieve a major burden on the union budget, right? What we have seen earlier, the government used to spend NFSA plus Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Earlier, government used to spend what? 4 lakh crore. Now it is spending what? 2 lakh crores plus 15,000 crores, right? So this is a benefit for the government. Now let's understand the amount of the food grain stocks, because the discontinuation of the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, it is majorly to save the subsidy bill, but it is also to save the food grain stocks, because experts point out that the move will be even more of a relief for the stressed food grain stocks, because the government has to maintain a buffer. Now that the buffer that particular buffer is going to be breached, so it is natural for the government to discontinue the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. So the annual food grain requirement for the NFSA is about 520 lakh tons, while the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana required an additional 480 lakh tons according to the food ministry officials. And the difference comes from the fact that the poorest families coming under the Antodaya Anna Yojana category received 35 kg of family every month under the NFSA, but received 5 kg per person under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Right? And at the time when the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana was launched, food grain production, government procurement and the government stocks were regularly breaching the record levels, but that is now not the condition, because in 2022 the situation is very different, because we have seen low levels of production in the rice and the wheat, and the global stress which has been generated due to the Russia-Ukraine war has also led to a situation of high food grain inflation, and India's wheat stocks in particular have dipped dangerously close to the required buffer stock levels, with the center resorting to a ban on exports to ensure food security for the domestic market. So we can see that we do not have that kind of food grains. Our buffers are going to get breached if Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana was not terminated, and that is why it has been terminated, right? And it has also been forced to substantially reduce wheat allocations under the public distribution system and substitute wheat supply with the rice in the states such as Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, and continuing the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana would have been sustainable without further increasing the procurement levels, right? Procurement is not increasing at that pace, and all the food grains you are going to have, it is going to get less and less, because you do not have that kind of food grain stocks, and that is why it was a very good move to and that is why the experts say that it was a very good move in order to kill the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Now, former Agriculture Secretary Siraj Hussain estimates that center pool may have just for 159 lakh tons of wheat on January 1, 2023, barely above the norm of 138 lakh tons, buffer norm of 138 lakh tons. Now the buffer norm is 138 lakh tons, and he estimates that it is just 159 lakh tons of wheat. And at the end of the day, continuing Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana was more a problem of grain and not of cash. And if procurement is not highly enough, how can it be continued? He points towards that. And the government also needs a wheat for the open market sale scheme, and that is why the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana killing was a good move, says the experts, right? Now, how will it impact the beneficiaries? So, leaving aside government budgets, household budgets could be upended by the move, and the Right to Food campaign estimates that poor families will be forced to spend 750 to 900 rupees a month to access the current levels of the ration entitlement, and the ration card holders who have received 10 kg of grains a person every month for the past 2 years will see their entitlement abruptly halved, and now they will get only 5 kg of food grains, ration card holders, right? And of course, their expenditure on their NFS entitlement will also come down. For instance, someone spending 8 rupees for 4 kgs of wheat and 3 kg of a kilogram of rice under the NFSA will now get those grains free, and this will save 11 rupees a month. But at the same time, people do need the food grains more in quantity, right? And this will hurt them in the long run. This can hurt in the long run. However, that is dwarfed by the additional 150 rupees to 175 they will need to spend to buy the 5 kg previously provided free under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana in the open market. Now this will hurt them. So we conclude, and at the same time we also know that the increased expenditure will be even more stark for the states in which anyway provide free NFSA rations, because there are many of the states that provide free rations, and killing the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana will not benefit the beneficiaries in this state, because they are already getting the free NFSA rations by the states, and the center's announcement is going to have a big impact on them, right? So this is it regarding this particular newspaper article. So now the conclusion regarding it. So we conclude that government needs to maintain the buffer stock of grains and at the same time maintain the fiscal discipline, and that is why shutting down of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana can be a good move according to the experts. Now it may impact some of the beneficiaries, and the impact on the beneficiaries is yet to be seen, right? So this is what we draw from this particular newspaper article. This is the conclusion that we draw from this particular newspaper article. So this is it regarding this particular newspaper article, and this is it for the day. Thank you from my side. Do like and share the video and subscribe to this channel. Have a good day. Bye.